Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's me, Paddy from Across the Shock, and it's subscribers' question and answers on Saturday afternoon and the right day this week. So I've got quite a few little questions. I don't want this to run on for a long time. That's not the point of it. It's just to answer some of the questions I get asked so many times and never get round to answering. So that's just for those who are just joining in. So going back a couple of videos where somebody had asked me a question about places to buy knives in the UK, and I gave a few answers, but I told people how to find it out. You just go on to the interweb, type in pocket knives, and you'll get a list of places, and you just have to find which one's the best for you. But somebody had twice now recommended this company, Sinclair Knives, Cyclaine. I'll put that down below. They're a UK company, and they sell a lot of different types of knives. Now, if anybody watches my channel, they know I love Williams Knives Life, and a lot of the boys across the water in America were getting Joker knives, and I couldn't find anybody here in the UK that had Joker knives that were easily available. So I went on, I followed this name up, and I went to Sinclair Knives, and they sell Joker knives. So if you're in the UK and you want Joker knives, these are reasonably priced knives, sort of budget. Well, they are budget knives, but they're reasonably priced knives, and you seem to get a good quality. I picked a budget one, so I'll be doing a video on this week. But they also even sold Whitby knives, so I just topped it up with a wee Whitby knife. It's one that I have had for, gosh, I don't know, many years. Here's one here. I don't know whether you remember talking about it years ago. It's a simple, straightforward, just a basic wooden handle knife. It's in a sheep's footy type blade. I've had it for years. It's battered. I just wanted to see. It's been well and truly battered. But it was a real budget knife for £10. So I just thought I'd get one of those, and I'll share these two knives with you in a video this week at some stage, hopefully. Somebody else had asked me about, had I got any knives that were handed down in the family to me, like my father's or my grandfather's? No. Sadly not. I've one little steel knife that I found after my father passed away up behind the back of his desk, but it was like a pound knife that he bought. He had lots of little different knives that he used for the garden and things like that, but they were the cheap ones. He only ever bought cheap because he didn't use them as such. He didn't carry them. But I have named, again, if you'd need to have been with the channel, I bought knives. This, when my father passed away, and he left me some, a few quid. I bought this Hinderer in his honour, in his name. Although he wasn't a knife person, when I take this knife, I made this emotional part of my life. When I take this knife out, I sit and I just think of my father and the good times, because he died of Alzheimer's. It wasn't a nice time. So this puts a smile on my face when I think of my dad. Even some of the times through his Alzheimer's in the early days where we had fun and were able to laugh about his condition. Sounds crazy, but it was true. And I also, I bought this one here, which is an old, let me just get this out for you. This is what do you call this? Oh, need to blow around glasses on me as normal. This is the Remington bullet knife. One of the copies of the original Remington Boothert two-bladed trapper knife with the best looking spear blade. But on these, you actually get dates on the back of the spy blade, of the secondary blade, and this one is dated 1989, and I hunted this out through Mike's Knives in the UK. He had this, he had quite a few of them, and he got me one in 1989, which is the year I left the Navy, and it's the year that I finally got sober. So that's another keeper in my collection. These two, they'll never go anywhere. So I hope that answers that little question. But I have another couple of them that I'll come back to. So I'm going to go on to this week. David Pape asked a question this week. What's your opinion on Rockstead knives, and would you ever own one? Rockstead knives are a thing of absolute beauty. They are gorgeous. I managed to get a look at a couple of slick slicers, one or two maybe, of slick slicers, Rockstead knives. They are absolutely stunning. Me? Clumsy man. Me would take out that knife to cut a bit of paper and go straight into a paper clip and scratch it, and that would be it. The value taken off that knife, I'd be too frightened. It very much to me. Now, I know Slick uses his, fair play to him, that's what you should do. It's a pocket knife. But to me, I'd be too scared. I mean, they start at about £800 and go up the ways. Um, I'd be too nervous, as a simple fact. That's way beyond my pay grade. But as a knife, they're absolutely beautiful. Very basic clips on them. If I was to say one thing about Rockstead, the clip is fantastic. But to me, it's very cheap looking clip that they put on such an expensive knife. I think I would want a nice titanium milled clip on it or something. But other than that, they are just beautiful, beautiful knives. So no, I'll never own one, is the question. You know, it'd be nice to have one, but I just don't think I could use it. Not that brave yet. Not that brave yet. So that was from last week's. Let me just get down to another place with questions. Have I got... No, sorry, I've gone to the wrong place. Oh, I'll go back here. Shorts. I put a shorts out. I didn't get that many questions, but I put a shorts out again this week. And again, the shorts came through, thank goodness. Let me just get the questions up. Okay. Let me go down here. Hector _Dom. Best way to deburr a blade after sharpening: cork, softwood, or other? Cheers. Hector, softwood, I've done that in the very beginning. Didn't really do it for me. So when I finished sharpening a knife, and it's usually then gone down onto a ceramic stone, say, and the thing when you finish sharpening that ceramic stone, I use it very much as a light pass. I just lay the knife down, absolutely no weight on it whatsoever, and I just gently, one side, other side, one side, so gently to try and get any remains of a burr off. I then, and this is what I do with every knife, is go to a strop. Now, the strop I tend to use for deburring is one, and I use the hairy side to strop. Okay, so again, no weight. I'll just run it across that, and all it's actually going to do is pick the last wee bits of the burr which are on that edge, and I use the strop lightly, you know, sort of 5 to 10 times each side. Usually clears the burr. Then I turn it over to the smooth side. I have nothing on this, and again, extremely light. Just give it a quick pass on that, and you know, with this and the ceramic for the light pass, I've never had any trouble getting a burr off. I hope that helps. It's about as best as I can do for that question. Now, but yeah, stropping will get the burr off any night that I know of. Now, let's go down here. Right, William Rhoden. Are there any knives that are being passed down your family? That's where that question came from. William, I hope I've answered that question. What was your, this is Dutch _ blades. What was your first folding knife, and do you still have it? The answer is no. Knives in my youth would never have been something you would have saved. You bought one, you used it, you either broke it, blunted it, and you couldn't get it sharpened on the pavement because I had no stones, no nothing. So you just bought another one. So that was why I always bought cheap knives. The first really good knife I had was my friend, who both of us then joined the Navy, but his older brother was about 5 years older than us, and he joined the Navy, and he brought us both home the old sailor's knife with a metal handle with a marlin spike and a big sheep's foot blade. I'm sure you've seen them. Slick Slicers has them on his channel. He has the exact one that I had, but he brought us them home. They must have weighed about £0.5, if not more, but they were just a big lump. I carried that in my pocket for years. It was fantastic. Sharpened on a smooth stone at the side of the road, the curbstone. It was just, I used it for everything. We used to build forts in it. That knife went there. I wish I had that knife to see the state it ended up in. But whenever I went away and left home, God knows where that knife went. I know it was still in my room then, but nothing lasts. Once you leave the house, everything's kicked out. So sorry. I'm sorry I don't have that. But the first folding knives were little pen knives you bought off the paper clips. It was a paper rack, and then maybe have 20 knives on it. There were a couple of bob. That's all they were. Literally a couple of bob. That would have been the first ones I would have had. Hardcore Niner fan. I take it that's the football team, the San Francisco 49ers. Been debating on whether to get the laid back jack and the Venom Jack. And this came in last night, this question, or I had missed it, one of the two. Yeah, it was only 13 hours ago. Look, they're both lovely knives, but without a shadow of a doubt, let me just see. I'll tell you why. I'll get the knife out and I'll tell you why I prefer this one. This was now, let me just get it up here and stop talking for a minute. This is the Venom Jack that is on sale now. I haven't checked Fraymar Knives this morning, but I know in the middle of the night they only had about 6 left. This is a beautiful Wharncliffe. I just love it. And so is the Leadback Jack. This I prefer simply for the depth of the blade. The height of this blade is amazing, and it makes it a tremendous cutter. So I'm going to hardcore. I don't know where you're living, but if you're in the UK, head over to Fraymar Knives if you want one, and hope that there's one left. It'll probably only be in micarta left now, but only micarta is absolutely brilliant. I love my micarta knives, but I like this one for the depth of the blade, and that's what makes it a great slicer for me. There we go. Now, what else? Let me just go down here. There wasn't that many questions. That's about the questions that I've got this week. Really, I would love, am I on the right? Yeah, let me just go back here. Am I on shorts yet? That's about all the questions I've got. I didn't get that many. I didn't put the shorts up till late last night. But really, if you've got any questions, put them down below here if you can. I would love to answer your questions again next week. And I'll put a shorts up. Hopefully, I'll get it up on Friday night early next week, or Friday afternoon. I'll get it put up. I hope you like this format. Up until now, I've had great response and great questions. Not as many this week. One of the other questions I did have, there was, could you show us your kitchen knives? And I'd put the fellow off saying they were still down the caravan, some of the ones that I wanted to show. One being this one. This is a Lathers. This is my steak knife when we're in the caravan. This is another one. This is a little paring knife, which is Ontario Knife Company. Little paring knife. And this is a Saboteur, but it's the soft plastic handle, which is a great paring knife. But the rest of them I'll show in a video again, hopefully this week. So whenever you ask me questions, if they're not something I can answer straight away, I will come back, like those 2 questions about the getting the Joker knives and where to get them in a new company to me. I'll do that this week and hopefully do the kitchen knives this week. And I think I've covered, that's all the questions I've had this week. I'm not going to make anything up. I'm going to leave this short. But look, questions for next week, please put them down below here. If you forget or you can't, I'll put a shorts up for next week on Friday. Thank you so much. I hope I answered the boys that asked the questions. And we've got a couple of videos for next week out of them questions, which is fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. I'm away for my Saturday cup of tea. Bye-bye now. Oh.